What is up YouTube, it's Kingfisher745, and welcome to Subscriber Squad's Episode 7, the final Marvel Avengers Alliance related episode, though we may find a use for it in another game in the near future. I'm not going to rule that out, but for now, this is a very bittersweet ending, as with all the videos that are going to come out this week featuring Marvel Avengers Alliance related content. Even though I feel like this series was really underutilized by me, I still feel like it really connected me with my subs, and it's something I'm definitely going to miss. With that being said, the first of the final four comes from Errol Radashku, and I'm sorry for butchering your name. For those of you who want to see his exact specifications, pause the video, but I don't want to block the screen for too long. Basically what he wanted was me to use Faiza Hussein and initially Cable, but he came back with Adam Warlock. That's of course because Cable can give one character an extra turn, where Adam Warlock can give your entire team an extra turn. So it works out even better. I followed his build just about as best as I could. I even used the new Cosmic Energy set and the cube just like he said. And for the most part I'm using the exact AISO he chose as well. That can be said for all the other team suggestions as well. If I have everything they suggested, I will use it. If not, I'll make some slight changes. All in all, I get a bunch of really awesome team combinations. I really do thank you for all the suggestions. With this team, well, Faiza Hussein can definitely come in handy, but against some teams, I did actually have a little bit of trouble with this team, believe it or not. I'm not really sure if I can pinpoint what it was, at least not now, but it just seems like Adam Warlock goes better with another powerful attacker. Anyone really, White Tiger, Ronin, Phyla-Vell, but Faiza, she kind of works differently. I do understand the reason, and she is awesome and was really good before these incredible attackers came out. Now though, I don't think she's nearly as necessary. Still though, this team is definitely going to shine, especially Adam Warlock. He somehow manages to not knock out Spitfire, I think it's near death, but Excalibur gets dropped easily, and she's gone. So after the enemy agent uses the Fire Tornado, it's going to end up being my agent's turn. And we'll use his Terminating Javelin to drop Spitfire. All in all, this attack is going to do 34,000 damage, so very nice hit. Then one thing Excalibur is really great for is locking down an enemy. So just in case the agent's going to get another turn, we'll go ahead and lock him out. Apparently in this case it wouldn't even matter because Adam Warlock claims yet another victim. So our next suggestion comes from the Dark Man. Hey, how's it going? He said, how about a team of Black Bolt and Black Panther? A kingly team. They are paired up with the Kingfisher after all. I thought, you know what, this sounds like a pretty fun team. And we're actually using a slightly different build as well. I wanted to throw on the Wob Wob device, so we have that, then I believe 3 pieces of the new set, and the golden Sextant. I know the Sextant's going to be nice, and of course the Decimator's going to interrupt and give us an extra turn. So that should come in handy as well. You can't interrupt Spitfire, but we do proc an extra turn. So with that, well, I think we're actually going to use our free action shield instead. So we go with the Radiant. After that, if they're not stopping debuffs, we're going to use the Cosmic Queller. It's a pretty sick free action and quick action combination without a doubt. And since we still have our normal action, we can use the Golden Sextant, which should really help out Black Panther and Black Bolt. Then we may have to use our Decimator, or I guess we could try the Wob Wob device, I'm not quite sure yet. At least we don't have to recharge. Okay, and Black Bolt summons Karnak of the Inhumans, which for some reason makes the game load. But there he is. Okay, so now it's either Sonic Boom or the Decimator. And I'm thinking we're going to use the Sonic Boom on the enemy agent. So let's let Matt have it with that Wob Wob device, its first function. And hey, it does decent damage. Plus we are going to get a follow-up Brawl. You know what, I always forget that the enemy agent is a bruiser when they're wearing that costume. But no matter, it's going to be fine. Oh, and in case you didn't know, we're using the Generalist Flight Suit, which is going to be nasty with this team. Now they do use the Psyche Operator and the Lunacy, which I hate both of those actions. But with Black Bolt, we're going to use his level 2 first. And we're going to use that on Spitfire. It does an okay amount of damage, and more importantly maybe, we're going to do a follow-up attack. I hate the stamina drain though. And Faiza also steps in with a field medic. If you didn't notice that, her Cosmic Burn just did over 14,000 damage, and that's really impressive. Then on Black Panther's turn, we can use his level 9, and that's as a quick action. A very nice attack there. FaZe is just using Field Medic after every single attack apparently. But next we're going to use Wakandan Arts, and that will drop the Agent. So the Kings are making quick work of this enemy team. And you know what, that Cosmic Decimator always tries to interrupt Spitfire, but it never works of course. Because of her passive. I just wish it procced against other characters as much as it did her. Well, with my Agent out of stamina, we unfortunately have to pass. Then Spitfire doesn't do any damage to our team at all. Now it should get interesting. We got momentary advantage on Black Panther, and we have our Daggers. The Daggers hurt Spitfire. Once again though, we should have expected it. We see another Field Medic. And, well, after using momentary advantage, we're going to have to recharge with one of these turns. Then we'll probably use our level 6. And I'm thinking we'll go after Excalibur. So we'll hit her with the Combat Claws. And as soon as we did it, we saw Ethereal and it was already done. I absolutely hate when I do that. What a waste of an attack. That's something you get when you're in a hurry though. It just happens. Still, with our Agent, we're going to suit up. Then use Invigorating Charge. And by the way, the Golden Sextant is on our bar, so... Anyways, on to Black Bolt's turn. We'll start with his Whisper. It takes down Spitfire. Then we'll go ahead and recharge. We could definitely finish this, but unfortunately, you can see that Phasa is intangible, so we're just going to have to skip through some turns here. To be honest with you, I'm kind of happy with that because we're going to end it with Black Bolt's level 9. And it should be a pretty high damage attack. It's going to be worth waiting for, I'm going to be honest. It really will be. Then we're going to have 2 more teams suggested by subscribers. Like I said earlier, we're going to have some really special videos this week dedicated to MAA. And I hope that you watch them and you enjoy them. They're all really bittersweet to make. And it's going to be a sad day when the 30th comes. Today is also my birthday. And if you count today all the way to the 30th, then you get 7 days, so it's kind of like the farewell tour of MAA, the final week, starting with my birthday. I think you all know that I wish it would stay, but we're going to soldier on, we're going to do whatever we have to do. And besides MAA videos, I'm going to try to have some others as well. But check out that power word finish, 186,000 damage. Now that was worth waiting for. As for the next team up, we were told to use Ronin plus Richard Rider, and there you can see the setup from Scares Alert. So once again, we followed it as much as we possibly could, and we end up facing a Star-Lord and Spitfire team. Of course, Spitfire is going to begin, and she really fires up Ronin. It's a terrible idea, but she goes after him twice. And so he's going to be really pumped up with that Elite E-ISO. He's also absorbing quite a bit of energy. Now the Relentless Rapier follow-up will damage him, but at this point, he's already super tough. And Ronin was scary to begin with. Richard Rider though is up next, so we're going to use Short Fuse. Then I think we're just going with his level 1, since they do have the Mystic Shroud obviously and they're blocking debuffs. So we attack Spitfire with that and she's very close to being knocked out. Now following Star-Lord's attack, Ronin's actually going to proc a turn right here and right now, and we decide to try his level 9. So there it is, it was nice looking at your team. I'm just kidding though, that was way too fast, so we're going to do one more match with them. Quickly moving on to the next one, we're facing Kurth and Cloak and Dagger. C and D are going to begin, and then you can see Ronin gets 2 turns in a row. So right after this Bright Blades, we're going to use Short Fuse. Our Agent takes some purge damage, which I absolutely hate. And well, since they have Warding Essence, we're just going to go with our level 1 from Ronin on Kurth. And that worked out pretty well, so we're going to do it twice. Ronin just laughs at the Metaphysical Rifle. And then we're going to use the Hammer Smash once again. Kurth is almost knocked out at this point. She'll even take some absorb energy damage. And here comes that rifle again. Still though, Kurth is going to get a turn off unfortunately, and she'll use Fear Me. Next up, with Richard Rider, We're going to also use Short Fuse. Then I'm just going to use our level 1 and just knock her out just like that. So we drop the supposedly scary Breaker of Stone. Well, maybe she was back in the day. But for one, that was the scrapper version. But we have some overpowered characters now that put the old ones to shame. With my agent up next, we're going to use a Psyche Operator, so now we can debuff them. The Staff of Agony will do huge damage. And then we should use a Smothering Shadow, but we'll use the Fire Tornado instead. It was specifically mentioned in the build, so I thought we should use it. And of course, Cloak and Dagger dodge. They also try to come back with Bright Blades, but well, on their turn they're going to heal to full health, which is fine. It gives us more times to attack. And we saw how quickly our team can knock out a full enemy team. So it's kind of a good thing. In fact, we're going to use You Stand Accused. Then our favorite move, Universal Charge. Nova will now also have his Nova Prime ability off of cooldown. So I'm going to use that. Then a Nova Punch on the enemy agent. This does 27k, but he does have back for more. So I thought, hey, we have a near fatal move. We're going to use that next. That should send the agent bye-bye. At first I kind of forgot which one it was, but there it is right there, it's Nova Beam. So we pull that out on him, and it does proc, sending him to the graveyard. So with our next attack, we'll use Human Rocket. And sadly, we won't even get to his big attack, because that's going to end it. Then since this is the final episode, like I said, we're going to have the final 4, and it's going to be White Tiger and Phyla-Vell. So let's take a look at Bernardo's team as well. I'm honestly not expecting this one to go very long because of who we have. But I thought it was funny we're facing Agent Evil. Since I'm usually facing an evil enemy agent. At least that's how I portray them. This one literally is that. Now Phyla-Vell is going to begin, so we start with Short Fuse. Then we're going to use I'll Teach You Pain. And if we can, we'll try to get a big hit with her level 9. Well, look no further. The evil enemy agent is going to be one-shot, 48k. It does way more than that, but remember, that's at the beginning of the fight. So we'll gladly take it. Then with White Tiger up next, the enemy team is really in trouble. We'll begin with our quick action, White Tiger Claws. Do you have to begin with that? No, especially when you have Tactician's battle plans. So yes, I agree with some of the comments. Still though, it really doesn't matter with her because she's incredibly overpowered. And we're going to knock out 2 people anyways. So there it is. That's the last team of MAA subscriber squads. Like I said, maybe we can use this series again in another game in the future. But for now, it's farewell. I hope that you've enjoyed them. I really do want to thank you for all your suggestions. I also want to thank you for watching. If you haven't, please subscribe, like, and comment. We'll be back with another video tomorrow. But until then, good luck and take care.